Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to a new series by Ilmscape called Qassasun nabiyeen or Qassasun nabiyeen, the stories of the prophets. This is a beautiful book that a lot of madaris use around the world, and it's very popular, mashallah. And one of the benefits I had when I read through the book is that it gave me a lot of vocabulary, and a lot of ayat and uh, words from the hadith and so on are mentioned in this book. So you pick up a lot of vocabulary where you can start understanding more and more of the Quran. Another thing or benefit of this book is that it gives you a practical way on how to practice the rules or the nahw and sarf that you learn through the grammar lessons. So a lot of times the books, they'll have, of course, the rules, and they'll give even examples and different things like this. But here you're reading a book and it's live in action. So that's the real benefit of this book. What I hope to do in this series, inshallah, is go through lesson by lesson or passage by passage, go through the lessons where I'm going to read it in Arabic, a line at a time, or a sentence at a time, inshallah. Translate it, and then go through some of the key either words, kalimat, or the sentence itself, the sentence structure itself, so that you can inshallah benefit from home and then follow along. The way I suggest watching these is first you're getting a PDF of the book itself. You can find it, I think, on scribe.com. You can Google it. If you type in Stories of the Prophets PDF, and get the Arabic version, the Arabic only version. I suggest not using translation at all. But you get that, you download that, read the passage or one or two passages, whatever you'd like to watch from the lesson, read it yourself, try to circle the words that you don't understand, okay, and go from there, and then watch the video, go through the lesson, inshallah. I'll translate it for you, I'll do the i'rab of the passage for you, at least a parts of the passage, because we don't want to make the videos too long. And then from there, inshallah, you could go back to the lesson again after you've watched the video, and then reread it and see how much of the vocab that you picked up, okay. And one of the great things also about this book is that the words are repeated often, right? So you build, he builds the vocab, the author helps you build the vocabulary, and then in the next couple lessons he'll use those same words over and over again, and they're repeated. Now it says lil atfal, it was actually written for his nephew, so you can see that it's for little, younger kids. However, for us, when we're learning Arabic, really we're all young kids, right? So this is one of the great benefits of the book. The last thing I want to mention before I start, inshallah, on the first lesson today, is who these videos are really for. So these videos would be the most helpful for someone who's went through an introductory course on Arabic grammar. Like, for example, if you're in college and you took, Arabic 101 and 102, okay? So you have a basic, you know how to read Arabic, you know some nahw and sarf, you know some grammar and morphology, and now you need something to take you to the next level, or to the next step of actually practicing it and using it to read books, and understand the Quran more. So one of the courses that I suggest, I'm going to inshallah start working on an introductory level course as well, on the fundamentals of Quranic Arabic or grammar. However, there's one already. If you go to almisbah.org, Sheikh Mateen Ahmed, he actually taught a whole course of 40 lessons from the Quran or Quranic Arabic. And what he did is and I took this course with him, so I really benefited from him. I actually took it twice, mashallah, with him. So he goes through the nahu and the sarf, or the lesson, and then he has 10 or 15 examples from the Quran or the Sunnah directly in the lesson. So you benefit greatly from that type of approach, and it's much different than a lot of other institutes or in other places. So Al Misbah Institute or almisbah.org, check that out. So let's go ahead and start, inshallah, with the book, and we're going to skip over the muqaddama, or the the introduction to the lesson, but we'll just start with the first lesson, inshallah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Man kassara al-asnama. So who broke the idols? Okay, who broke the idols? Ba'i'ul asnami. Okay, so over here the ba'i is the one who sells, okay, or is the seller and of the idols. Okay, and this is referring to Ibrahim alayhi salam's father. قبل أيام كثيرة كثيرة جدا. Okay, so it's telling us a very, very long time ago, or a long time before, like much like a storybook almost begins, right? So a very, very long time ago. كان في قرية رجل مشهور جدا. There was a town, okay, or in a town actually, there was a man who was very famous. Okay, so let's break this down for you really quickly, and hopefully, inshallah, this is a review for you. So you have over here kana fi qaryatin. So kana is a fi'l naqis, okay, and it is a verb that is incomplete, you could say, and it usually it takes the place of or sorry, when it's added to a sentence, there's an ism and a khabar to it. Okay, there's an ism and a khabar to it. So over here, the ism of and sorry, the meaning of kana is was. Okay, so it kind of tells you that it's like from the past tense. There was a, a town or something like that. So fi qaryatin would be the khabar of kana, and it's coming muqaddam, it's coming before the ism of kana. Okay, the ism of kana would be rajulun mashhurun jiddan. So rajulun would be the ism of kana, and the sign of it would be the matin at the top of the lam, and that tells us it's marfu'. Okay, so the ism of kana is marfu, and the khabar of kana is always mansub. And so rajulun and then mashhurun. Mashhurun is the sifa or the adjective describing rajul, and this is called mawsuf. Okay, so rajulun would be the mawsuf, mashhurun would be the sifa. Now in Arabic it's kind of the opposite. So you have in English the adjective would come before the what it's going to describe, or the noun. In Arabic it's actually the opposite. So the adjective comes after the noun. So rajulun mashhurun and then jiddan. So very. Okay. So a very, uh, very famous man. Okay. So was in a village. Okay, or lived in a village. وكان اسم هذا الرجل آزر. Azara. I'll try to read all the i'rab as well, so it helps you inshallah to recognize that as well. So وكان اسم هذا الرجل آزرا. So اسم هذا الرجل آزرا. So the name of this man was Azar. Okay, the name of this man was Azar. Now to give you kind of a quick breakdown of this, so kana over here is fi'l naqis, and then the ism of kana is actually this word over here, right here, ismu. And the way we know it's ism of kana is because of the dhamma over here. Hadha is ismul ishara. Okay, qaribun. Ismul ishara qaribun, meaning it's a word that points to something that is near. Okay, ar-rajuli is over here, it would be the musharun ilay, what's basically this word is pointing to. Okay, azara would be the badal, okay, of rajul. Okay, now I have to explain this. This is kind of advanced a little bit, but inshallah you'll understand. So azara would be badal, ad rajuli would be mubdal minhu. Okay, so over here, what's going on now? So ismu hadha, okay, the name of this man. Okay, the name of this man. So this is also mudaf. So it's not only is the ism of kana, but it's the mudaf. And mudaf, it cannot have an al to it, nor can it have tanween. So that's why this has only a single dhamma. If it was by itself, it would be like ismun. Okay, ismun. So over here, وَكَانَ ismu هذا. So mudaf, mudaf ilay. Hadha is mabni. Mabni means it does not change. So hadha over here is in the mudaf ilay, or it's mudaf ilay, and it's in the majroor state. So normally you would see the majroor state by a kasra at the end, and that's where this comes in. So ar-rajuli is badal of hadha. Okay, so meaning it could be ismur rajuli. Okay, it could have been ismu rajuli. They didn't really need to put hada in there, but hada is in there as a mubdal minhu. Okay, so ar-rajuli is the badal of for hada. So that's why it takes the kasra over here. And then azara. Azara is actually the khabru kana. Okay, so that's why also this is mafulun bi, or it's the, I'm sorry. It's the khabar of kana, so it's mansub in the mansub state. Okay, and another thing is that this as azar is actually, you could say, the badal of ar-rajul. Okay, or hadha ismu hadha rajul. Okay, so you could say that this man's name was Azar. Okay, this man's name was Azar. وكان آزر يبيع الأصنام. Okay, the Azar was a seller, okay, or selling, actually selling because it's fi'l mudari, and of idols, okay, or of he would sell idols, okay. So actually the wood is coming from the kana, so he would sell idols, right? So if it was like, let's just say kana wasn't there, Azaru yabi'ul asnama, then it would mean that Azar was or is selling idols. Okay, and wakana yabiu, because it's mudari, fi'l mudari, and it's with the kana before it. So this kind of gives you the meaning that he would sell idols. Okay, or he was selling idols. So over here, and this is the last sentence I'm going to, inshallah, do the i'rab of, but I hope that you get that, inshallah, and hopefully this practice will help you. So ism of kana would be azaru, and yabiul asnama, this fi'l, jumla fi'liya, this whole sentence, verbal sentence, yabiul asnama, would be the khabar, and it would be the khabar of kana, and fi mahalli nasbin. Okay, it would be the khabar of kana in the halat, or in the condition of mansub or nasb, okay, in the nasb state. And so there's no sign, you could say, really of the nasab over here, but the way we know that it is because we drop the is right between, or was over here. Okay, so Azar was selling idols, or the idols. So al asnama is the maf'ulun bi of yabi'u. Okay, so what was he selling? He was selling the idols. Okay, and that's why it's mansub. It's because of the maf'ulun bih, and there's a fatha over here to signify that. Okay, now let's just go ahead and translate the rest of it, so inshallah that you get it. وكان في هذه القرية بيت كبير جدا. In the village, or in the town, was a very big house. Okay, or you could even say the other way around. You could say there was a very big house in the village, or in the town. Okay, or in this town actually. um, وكان في هذا البيت أصنام كثيرة جدا. In this house of idols, okay, or this idol house, basically this temple, okay, أصنام كثيرة جدا, there were many idols. Okay, there were many idols, or a great deal of idols. وَكَانَ النَّاسُ يَسْجُدُونَ لِهَذِهِ الْأَصْنَامِ. Okay, and the people were prostrating to these idols. يَسْجُدُونَ means prostrating. Sajada yasjudu. Okay, from Bab Nasara Yansuru. Okay, and inshallah there's another video, in a few videos, you'll get more details of the different babs. Okay, there's 6 different ways to say the mujarrad, basically the 3-letter base verb in Arabic. There's 6 different ways that it could be said. And so that's kind of reference to that. Nasara yansuru, so sajada yasjudu. Okay, so the wakana, so the people were prostrating to these idols. Li hadihi al-asnami. So let me explain that really quick. So li is harf jar, hadihi is ism majrur, al-asnami is badal. Okay, so badal for hadihi. So lil asnam, it could have been just lil asnami. However, they added the ismul ishara li hadihi, and hadi is mabni. Okay, so hadihi al-asnami. Now, another thing to mention is, why is hadihi being used instead of, like, for example, haula'i? Okay, so for example, asnam is jama. It's sanam. Sanam would be just the singular, and asnam is the plural. So why is asnam, هذه أصنام, why isn't it هؤلاء أصنام? Because كل جمع مؤنث. Okay, so every غير عاقل, or non-intelligent, plural is considered in Arabic to be like هذه would be pointing to that. Okay, so it would be any غير عاقل جمع would be pointed to it, or by, it would be signified by a just a singular, a feminine ismul ishara, for example. Okay, so like for example, it would be hiya al asnam. Okay, or hiya al asnam mu, right? She is the idol. Okay, and you would asnamu, or like she is the idols, right? It doesn't make sense in the translation, but it would be translated into English as they are the idols. Okay, but in Arabic it would be hiya الأصنام. Okay, وكان آزر يسجد لهذه الأصنام. The Azar was prostrating to these idols. So not only were the people prostrating to these idols, or the people of the village or the town, but Azar himself, the father of Ibrahim alayhi salam, was also prostrating to these idols. وكان آزر يعبد هذه الأصنام. Azar was also, or was worshipping these idols. Okay, and this means basically that they were, doing shirk, and they were associating partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's the first lesson, inshallah. I hope that you benefited. Inshallah, please stay tuned, and for the rest of the videos to come as well. Inshallah, I'm trying to add a lesson every single day to benefit and to learn from. Again, my advice was in the beginning, read the lesson to yourselves. Try to see how many of the words you understand. Circle with a pencil, the words that you don't understand. Watch the video. Go through the, inshallah, pick up the sentence or the words that you didn't understand. And at the end, after you've watched the video, read it to yourself again, and try to see how many more vocab words that you've added, and to your understanding, inshallah. I hope this benefits you. Please share your comments underneath the video. Also share this with your friends and family so more and more people can benefit. Please make dua for myself and my family. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.